Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and in today's episode, and another episode for the small content creators out there. Overall I just wanted to do an episode telling people to chase their dreams. You know, it's one of the most hardest and challenging things to do, chasing your dreams, but I feel like that's, if you are going to struggle with one thing in life, it should always be with something that you want to do, so at least then when, like, during the times of you struggling, it feels good. You know, it feels like, to me, I would have to say, like, following my dreams with content creating, it's like working out. You know, it's like exercising. It's like that aftermath of, you know, pretty much like, for an example, if you go through all this trouble trying to put a video together or building a computer or finding a good video game to play, like, just all those things to, like, strain and stress you out. I feel like it's good strain and stress. You know, it's something where it's all like, hey, I could be out there doing worse. You know, like, and that's the thing, because a lot of people, they ask me that, and it's and I just recently did an episode talking on that, but do I miss my old job? Now, before becoming a full-time content creator, I used to work at this cafe in Seattle. Now, it was not the funnest at all, and it wasn't something that I wanted to do permanently, and I told myself, like, after a while, I have to eventually start really working on content creating and overall, like, you know, get away from that place, because it wasn't good for my mental. That's one thing for sure. It was not good for my mental. I don't know how many times I was there and just always would, like, I wouldn't have, like, one of them, like, crying breakdowns, but I would just kind of, like, mentally break down. Like, I would just be so out of it and zoned out, but I'm like, I'm on autopilot. Like, I'm there, I gotta get the job done, I gotta make my money and all of that. So, like, I'm there, but I'm not there, if that makes sense. But with content creating, I'm like, nah, bro. It's like when I record a video, or if I'm recording a podcast episode, whatever it is that I am doing, I'm like, fam, like, this is what I want to do, but I want to do more of it, you know? So I had to say, like, with me, content, I feel like with working at that cafe, I felt like it was just kind of like, not so much as, like, it was like I feel like I would kind of, like, just go back and forth with it, you know, like, if that makes sense, because I know, like, the saying of, like, you know, it's like always, you know, take, like, if you go one step back, you gotta take 2 steps forward. I feel like with me, like, I'll take 10 steps back and then take 10 steps forward. So it was just always, so it was like, I'll do something big, like content, you know, for content creating, whether it's buying some shoes or buying something, you know, for, like, video game related, you know, just whatever it is. I feel like those are me taking them 10 steps forward, and I'm going 10 steps back when I gotta, like, okay, I gotta put in more hours, I gotta put in more work, you know, I gotta go above and beyond, I gotta do, you know. And it was just, man, I'm telling you, it was like, overall, there would be at times where I'm like, okay, if I do that, if I take 10 steps, if I do take 10 steps backwards, I gotta take like 11, 13, 20 steps forward. So I gotta make sure I'm going forward with content creating and stuff. So that's how it was. And then, yeah, it's beginning of 2020, I was all like, nah, bro, I don't care. You know, I was like, if I gotta take 100 steps forward, I'm like, fam, nah, I can't go another year doing what I've been doing at this place. So I'm like, I really gotta go above and beyond. And it's good. I feel like that, like, blessings, like, low-key happens, you know. I mean, like, obviously we all know that blessings happen, but I feel like my blessing was like, it was like a low-key, like, you don't realize it until it's actually happening and stuff. And so And I think, yeah, everybody, of course, you know, with everybody always obviously knows, like, a lot of people lost their jobs due to the pandemic, and I was one of them. And yeah, like, you know, it was a blessing, but at the same time, it was all like, dang, now it's like I really gotta like prove to myself that I can do this, and I gotta prove to everybody that's doubting me that I can. Well, at the end of the day, I could care less about what they think. I'm like, my thing is like the only person I'm trying to impress, because I feel like my biggest critic, my biggest motivator, the biggest person that's really supporting what I'm doing is myself. And I feel like that's like the key to chasing your dreams. You gotta be your Michael Jordan. You gotta be your Gordon Ramsay. You gotta be your LeBron James. You gotta be your Tom Brady. You know, you gotta be your John Cena. You gotta be each and every person that's like going to be, you know, taking you a step further. So if you gotta be your mascot, if you gotta be your support team, if you gotta be your motivator, if you gotta be a critic, if you gotta do that stuff for yourself. So that's why I feel like with content creating and me, I'm like, fam, like, if I feel like, all right, so in my opinion, what I feel like with me and content creating is that I'm settled with where I'm at, but I'm like, fam, you gotta go further. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You can't be sitting around, laying around, expecting stuff to happen. Like, bro, I be telling myself this all the time. And I'm all like, when I just catch myself like laying down, not doing nothing, I'm like, fam, you gotta get up and get back to this content creating stuff. Create a TikTok video. Freaking work on some TikTok videos. Or, you know, work on some YouTube videos. Upload some YouTube videos. I got like a gang of videos on my laptop that I haven't even published yet. Videos I haven't even edited yet. Videos, it's like, so I just feel like that you always gotta, with chasing your dreams, you gotta be busy at it, you know, like, and it's, you know, I feel like I always talk on like content creating and stuff. So let's say like with basketball, you know, because I feel like I give out universal motivation and stuff. So like if you take like what I'm saying about content creating and put it in your situation, right? So let's change it up a little bit. Let's talk on like basketball. You trying to be a good basketball player. You trying to get to the pros, right? So how do you get to the pros? If you got to watch videos on how today's NBA players or yesterday's NBA players or whoever and see how they got into it, do that. I'm saying if you gotta study by playing NBA 2K, do that. If you gotta study by going to your local basketball court, I don't think they just got an area just strictly like, yeah, it's a court and stuff. But I'm thinking of a building, but just of like basketball. How would that even work out? That's just, I don't know. I feel like that's a building that should exist, but it doesn't exist. You know, like it just, I feel like that's, I don't know. I have to look that up. But anyways, moving on. But yeah, go to like basketball courts and stuff. And, you know, overall, just like play, just keep shooting, dribbling, doing whatever you need to do to be the best, but don't settle for less. Do not be that person where it's all like, oh, okay, I think I got, and that's the thing where it's like, I was talking about this on my stream where it's like, you know, don't overly stress yourself. And I feel like I was getting ready to say that. I've said it before in like previous podcast episodes, but I had to say the reason why I think that the pandemic, it was like, you know, it was low-key a blessing for me, you know, because it gave me more time with content creating, but also it didn't put me in a situation where if I was using this like adrenaline that I am built up at my job to like come home and start working on YouTube videos, and then I'm like sitting there like doing that like for the whole like, you know, night and stuff leading into the next morning, sleeping for a few hours and then going back to this job, overly straining myself, because that job, I'm telling you right now, like that job was like mentally and physically straining. So, like, if I had to, like, come back home, do some YouTube videos, I was like, fam. Like, it even got to the point where it was like I was kind of making videos, like, at my job and stuff. So, I was like, would make, like, TikTok videos here and there. And I was like, nah, bro. I gotta be serious about this. I gotta, like, really go above and beyond with this. And so, that's why I was like, nah, man. I can't go back to this place again. I can't do another year at this place. And so, yeah, that's why I was, like, telling myself that. And then, yeah, it's like, with the pandemic, I'm like, fam, it was crazy to sit down and see all of that stuff. Cause I remember when like that first week I had off and I was like, okay, I gotta go above and beyond. I gotta go crazy with it and stuff. This is like a time and moment. I gotta chase my dreams. But depression hit me like crazy. I didn't really start chasing my dreams until like maybe that very next month. So it was like towards the end of February. So, like, technically, like, I mean, it really, like, I feel like depression didn't really start kicking in until March, but it wasn't until, like, that very next month of, like, sitting down and then, just recording a bunch of different random videos, actually reacting to McNasty, and shout out to him, he had a big part in, like, helping me chase my dreams and stuff, but I had to say, if it wasn't for reacting to him, it opened up a new door for me with content creating and stuff. And with reaction videos, and so I was like, nah, it's like big shout outs to McNasty. I was like, nah, if it wasn't for him, if it wasn't for like me knowing about like who he was on well, I didn't really like know who he was on TikTok. I just would see videos, but I didn't like know him like by name, because how like people do on TikTok, they'll just take like clips of their whoever and stuff and post it, make it seem like it's theirs, and you don't really know who's who. So yeah, it just honestly, it took me just looking up his videos and stuff, and then just being like, oh yo, this dude is dope, like I like his videos, and then making the best out of it and stuff. So yeah, it was doing that, and then just overall just doing more, just kept going and going and going, and it was just like, and not really stopping. And I'm all like, if I feel, because my thing was like, and then I feel like last year, I feel like that depression stuff was really starting to hit me again. I feel like it's even hitting me now, and I'm having this choice on like, okay, you want to sit around and be depressed, or you want to record YouTube videos? What do you want to do? Because I'm telling you right now, it's like chasing you can't do one. You can't, like, there's one thing that you can't do out of them two options and then think you're gonna be accomplishing stuff with it, so like, and that's the thing where it's like there's that. And then, of course, like, I got people doubting me left and right on social media and stuff. And I'm like, hey, you know what? So be it. People doubt me left and right. I ain't got no control over what they think about me and stuff. So that's why, like, my thing is this. Like, when you're chasing your dreams, it's you that's chasing after it. Like, that's like the one thing I feel like I need to talk on, is like expecting others to chase your dream, like for you or with you or whatever. At the end of the day, and I seen, it was an audio, I remember, it was like, it pretty much I'm gonna be saying just like this audio that I heard on TikTok, but at the end of the day, you are your biggest supporter. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you. Yes, there are gonna be people that's there for you and stuff, but until you actually see people up, motivating you, telling you do this, telling you do that, like they want the best for you, they are promoting your video, they are shouting you out, they're doing each and everything possible to help you grow as a content creator. At the end of the day, it's going to be you that's doing all of that stuff. There ain't going to be people going around sharing your videos, all that. And the thing is, like, I could be wrong. It might be a point in time, but I'm like, it's going to probably be when you're a much more bigger content creator and stuff. Yeah, that's when you'll have people sharing your stuff all around. But at the moment, you being a small content creator, ain't nobody going to be doing that for you. You ain't gonna get the same treatment as a big content creator. You ain't gonna have it where all these, and that's the thing about it. It's all like, you are expecting that, and then there's people expecting stuff from you. So like, you doing all that stuff, right? Somebody's out there doing all that stuff for you, sharing your videos, doing this, and this, and then they're gonna be expecting handouts. They're gonna be expecting. So that's why I always, like, I try to tell people, it's like, hey, do things for yourself, do things for you, because at the end of the day, there's gonna be people telling you the wrong stuff or making it seem like it's the right stuff, but it's the wrong stuff. At the end of the day, you gotta be there for yourself, and you can't let any other people interfere with that. If they friendly and they honestly trying to help and they ain't trying to do, no shady stuff, okay, cool. That you can trust that person. But if not, then yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, you gotta be there. Regardless, you gotta be there for yourself. Like, you don't expect, because it's like a lot of times you're gonna be alone. And it's like, I mean, if you have like a group of friends that you can make videos with, then you in a good direction. You on a good track. It's like, I feel like it's gonna be it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be a challenge and stuff. But at the end of the day, it is gonna be a breeze. It's gonna be slightly easier than doing it by yourself and stuff. If you're a content creator and you're doing things by yourself, it's like, you gotta accept that. you gotta accept that you're gonna be alone a lot. And I'm all like, that's one thing where it's like I'm accepting it every single day. That I'm like each and every day, because no, like I would love one of the things that I see with content creating is like how I see like people's significant others or siblings. Like I just found out that two friends were they're sisters, and I'm all like, fam, if you guys remember me shouting out two streamers named Faith and Genesis, fam, they are actually sisters. I did not know that. I just thought that they were good friends that grew up with each other. And I'm like, it makes sense now. I'm like, because I think they both have the same last. I don't know why it didn't like dawn to me and stuff. I probably had seen that and was like, huh, okay. Anyways, moving on. I'm gonna go and join their streams and see what's up. But no, it's like, it's dope when I see stuff like that. When I see siblings, like being there for each other, supporting each other and stuff. Or if I see like relationships and couples supporting each other. Or I don't think I've ever really seen it where like parents, like I feel like if it is a parent thing, it's usually when they are much more bigger content creator and stuff. But if you got that support early on as a as a smaller content creator, then hey, you got yourselves a good team, you got a good setup and all that stuff. So, but anyways, regardless of who's there and who's not there, chase your dreams always. All right. So, anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 or 45 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. Make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. And also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.